Today, from Vintage Throne Stadium in Springwater Township, Baycats TV presents the Inter-County Baseball League, and it's the visiting Kitchener Panthers here today to take on the hometown Barrie Baycats. Welcome to the ballpark, everybody. I'm Ben Davy, along with Julius Hern. Nice to have you along to enjoy the broadcast on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Oddly, both of these teams today come in looking to bounce back from losses to the Hamilton Cardinals. The Baycats lost in Hamilton last night by a score of 6-2. The Panthers lost at home to the Cardinals on Thursday night by a score of 10-5. So this is an important bounce back game for both of these teams, Julius, but maybe more so the Panthers as they look to continue to build on that game-and-a-half cushion right now, which separates them from the 9th place in the standings.
Yeah, they had a 5-game winning streak earlier in the year that kind of brought them back to the middle of the standings in the IBL, but a 4-game losing streak over the last week or so, the longest in the league as of right now, has brought them kind of back down to earth a little bit. Their offense has been really good, hitting .316 in the month of July, but in that same stretch, their pitching has pitched to a 6.7 ERA. So it's kind of been all over the place for them. Meanwhile, for the Baycats, last night a really disappointing performance in Hamilton, that 6-2 loss. So kind of in respect, both teams are looking for a bounce-back performance this afternoon.
It's a beautiful afternoon. We're looking forward to a great game. Let's give you the starting lineups today. Here's public address announcer Rob Daniels.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, welcome to Vintage Throne Stadium for season number 23 of Barrie Baycats Baseball. It's another Paul Sadlin Motors Junior Baycats Day, and it features the visiting Kitchener Panthers and your Barrie Baycats. Here are today's starting lineups. First for the Kitchener Panthers, managed by Bill Matish. Batting first at second base, number 5, Spencer Ross. Batting second, the center fielder, number 23, Jet Jarvis. Batting third at third base, number 18, Raul Gonzalez. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 88, Nick Parsons. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 48, Junior Ivera. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 7, Cale Murray. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 55, Ryan Burnside. Batting 8th in right field, number 20, Nolan Misa. And batting 9th, the designated hitter, number 12, Jordan McCarthy. On the mound this afternoon for the Panthers, number 31, Jose Vasquez. And now, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, the starting lineup for your Barrie Baycats, managed by Josh Matlow. Batting first, the center fielder, number 9, Kenny Ejo. Batting second, the shortstop, number 11, Brandon Hernandez. Batting third, the third baseman, number 55, Aiden Jaco. Batting fourth in left field, number 20, Nolan Macabroda. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 29, Malik Williams. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 27, Ryan Rio. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 26, Adam Odd. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 44, Tyler Plumpton. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 28, Noah Ho. On the mound for your Baycats, number 31, Benitez. Here are the umpires for today's ball game. Calling the balls and strikes will be Falco Schieda. At first base, Ryan Jackson, and at third base, Chubba Vay. Fans, can you please rise if you are able to, and kindly remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Hey fans, it is now time for our ceremonial first pitch. Please welcome to the mound, Eden DeCare. Eden plays for the Barrie Storm girls fast pitch team and has also played for Barrie minor baseball since she was 5 years old. Her favorite team is the Toronto Blue Jays and her favorite player is Bo Bichette. Eden, it's your pitch.
Nice job by Eden. Pretty good pitch. It's time to play ball here at Vintage Throne Stadium. The crowd gave a nice hand when they heard Bo Bichette's name announced as her favorite player.
Yeah, I mean, better than you expect, but with the trade deadline looming, we'll have to see how long that will carry over.
Hopefully he survives the trade deadline and remains here in Toronto. We shall see. As for the Panthers and the Baycats, they'll square off here this afternoon, and let's look at the lineup for the Panthers today. Under manager Bill Matish, it's Spencer Ross leading off at second base, Chet Jarvis, center fielder batting second, Raul Gonzalez, third baseman batting third. The cleanup man is Nick Parsons, Yunyar Ibarra catching, batting fifth, Cale Murray at short, batting sixth. In the bottom third of the order is Ryan Burnside in left, Nolan Misa in right, and Jordan Carthy, the designated hitter.
Making the start for the Barrie Baycats is Juan Benitez. This will be his 10th appearance of the year, 7th start. He's won each of his last 4 starts. One of those was against Kitchener, July 14th, a 7-inning outing, giving up just 5 hits and 1 earned run. And I think since he's really cemented himself back in the starting rotation, he's arguably been maybe the most reliable Baycats pitcher this year, just the way he's been able to eat up innings, quality start after quality start.
Well, speaking of the trade deadline, there's an IBL trade deadline coming up as well, so it might be interesting to see if either of these teams have any deals up their sleeve as we head down to the wire here. But inter-county baseball teams maybe not quite as active as MLB teams are, with 8 of 9 teams making the playoffs here. You don't necessarily want to go into a long-term rebuild the way a lot of teams in Major League Baseball would, but certainly some trades are made and some holes are filled as these teams get ready for a postseason run potentially.
Well, it's not even just a trade deadline, it's a roster deadline. So whoever signed, or on the roster after that 11:59 p.m. Monday evening is going to be on the roster for the remainder of the season. Talking to Josh Matlow before the game, he's been extremely busy over the last couple days, and he's going to continue to be busy on the phone, maybe all of tomorrow, heading into Monday as we approach that roster deadline.
The home plate umpire is Falco Schieda. Ryan Jackson behind the bag at first. Chubave handling duties at third. As Spencer Ross takes a couple of cuts and gets ready to step into the batter's box here to face Dominican right-hander Juan Benitez, who will work from the full windup here. He kicks and deals. First pitch of the game is high, and we're underway at 4:09 here in Springwater Township on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Very warm, but not too hot. 25-degree game time temperature, 29 with the Humidex right now. That might climb a degree or two as we head through the ball game. This one hit on the ground to third, and it's past the diving third baseman and into left field for a base hit. Good effort by Hayden Jaco. Couldn't come up with it. And it's a leadoff single for Spencer Ross and the Panthers.
Let's go through that defense for the Barrie Baycats. In the outfield from left to right, it'd be Nolan Macabroda and Kenise Ejo in center and Noah Hull in right. Meanwhile, in the infield, we saw Hayden Jaco there at third. Brandon Hernandez is back at short. Adam Odd gets the start at second base with Malik Williams back at first base and Tyler Plumpton behind the dish.
So Ross with the lead at first, and showing bunt as Jarvis pulls it back, and the count 1-0. A little bit of a light breeze today, not really a directional wind though. Right now it is blowing slightly in. It was blowing from left to right earlier, which is the opposite of the wind direction normally here at Vintage Throne Stadium. But again, very light, shouldn't be much of a factor here today.
You mentioned it, don't see that direction very often. It's coming straight away in from right field.
Benitez from the stretch now, checks the runner, and back on his belly is Spencer Ross. Benitez making his 10th appearance of the season, his 7th start. Off speed, and it's up in the zone, 2-1. Juan has not been a big strikeout pitcher this year. He's been more a pitch to contact hurler, just 19 strikeouts through his 44 innings of work. One of the lower ratios we've seen from him, strikeouts to innings. Off the mound to field this, makes the throw in time, but the runner advances. So Ross goes to second. Jarvis retired 1-3.
You mentioned the strikeouts of Juan Benitez. So 2 starts ago, he got the win against the Kitchener Panthers. I was in Kitchener at Jack Couch Park. Only had 2 strikeouts in his 7 innings in that outing. And then back here against Welland last weekend, no strikeouts through his 6 innings there. He's just a guy that's been known on this team now as just being extremely efficient. You know his outings are going to have a quick game.
He was definitely more of a power pitcher, I think, earlier in his career. Still pitching very effectively, though, and arguably this is maybe his strongest season since joining the Baycats with that sparkling 5-0 record, and he's kept the ERA under 2.5 as well.
He's told me, talked to him before the game, asking what was different between last year and this year for him, and he said throughout the playoffs last year, he started to be more indirect to pitching to players. He wasn't going to go after them in the middle of the strike zone, really trying to place his pitches better, and it seems to have worked out for him.
This one's popped up right side. The first baseman, Malik Williams, goes over, and that ball just bounced in front of him. Looked like it was playable, but I don't know if he lost sight of that.
Just seems that he definitely had the warning track length between him and the ball, or the width, pardon me. Just seemed like he wasn't going to be able to catch up to it, or he gave up on the ball thinking it was going to go out of play.
We know that he's still nursing an injury, recovering from a hamstring, so he's a little bit slower maybe getting to that ball than he otherwise would have, but that definitely looked like a catchable ball in foul territory. 2-1. Another pop-up. This one in fair territory. Middle of the infield, calling for it the shortstop. Juan Benitez gets out of the way as Brandon Hernandez takes that, and there's 2 away.
Just getting back to Malik Williams there, I asked him, it was a couple weeks ago, asking about his injury history because he came back from the Frontier League because of that hamstring injury, sent him back here to rehab. And his hamstring injury has since cleared up, but it became that into an MCL sprain that he's been playing through more so than he was his hamstring injury, because when it was just his hamstring, he was playing, he was the DH in the starting lineup for the most part. Now he's gotten a lot of starts on the infield.
He's played third, first. Left field was kind of where he was positioned more initially in the season. This is the cleanup man, Nick Parsons, 2 out, runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch from Benitez, breaking ball for a strike.
If you want to talk about hot hitters, Nick Parsons is, I think, undoubtedly the hottest hitter in the IBL right now. A 16-game hit streak, RBI in 4 straight, and 24 RBI in that 16-game stretch.
Foul back to the screen, and the bat flies out of his hands as well. And that lands against the screen on the other side, over on the Kitchener side. Everybody okay? And Parsons will go to the pine tar. Well, what a way to bounce back from a little bit of a cold start to the season. He's got the average up to 321, 28 RBIs. That's second, only to Raul Gonzalez, who has 31.
Second longest hit streak so far in the IBL this year. Caden Cardoso had one that got up to 20 earlier in the year.
Benitez kicks and deals, and it's just off the plate. Juan with a look in. Thought he would get that call on the 3rd strike. He didn't. And it's a 1-2 count. Lumpton sets the target. Benitez deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 is brought to you by IMP North, and the Panthers strand a runner in the top of the 1st. Barrie coming to bat. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie. From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on ESSA Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Moving.ca. For all your moving needs for over 35 years, Moving.ca. The original two men who just happen to be small, who make moving stress-free. Two small men with big hearts moving. We always have a big heart for you at Moving.ca.
At Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
Baycats coming up for the first time here in the bottom of the first inning. It's brought to you by McDonald's Barrie, home of the free fries with 5 Baycat strikeouts.
And the lineup for the Baycats, Josh Matlow, 1-5 mistake yesterday despite scoring only 2 runs. Batting third, Nolan Macabrota, the left fielder, batting fourth. Malik Williams at first, batting fifth. Ryan Rio was off yesterday. He's in the number 6 spot. Adam Odd batting 7th. Tyler Plumpton 8th. Noah Hull in right field today, batting 9th.
On the mound for the Kitchener Panthers is Jose Vasquez, a pitcher they saw the last time these two teams faced off. That was at Jack Couch Park.
Little check swing by Ejo, and it's into the glove of a diving first baseman, Nick Parsons. How about that for the first out of the inning?
Great effort there by Parsons. Just a little bit of a check swing effort there from Kenice Ejo. Didn't fully commit on the swing. It would have sliced foul anyway, but very shallow on that infield and foul territory. Nick Parsons with a great diving effort.
That little check swing, you don't often see those turn into, that was kind of somewhere between a pop-up and a line drive. It was just a little blooper that was playable for Nick Parsons. Made a nice grab. So Brandon Hernandez, the shortstop. As I mentioned, the top 5 are the same as yesterday. Ejo, Hernandez, Jaco, Macabrota, and Williams. Hit weakly and bounces foul. Third base side.
Let's go a bit further on Jose Vasquez. This will be his 5th start of the year, 10th appearance overall. Comes in with a 7.16 ERA, 16.8 walks and hits per innings pitched. It's been kind of a rough, little bit of a previous stretch for him. A guy that Baycats players have told me that they're really not afraid of.
Here's the pitch, and it's inside. Panthers pitching has struggled this season, perhaps with the exception of Yadier Martinez. Last I checked, he was leading the IBL in strikeouts. Yep. He has 73 coming into today.
I think the biggest issue that you could point to with the Panthers pitching overall is they give up a lot of home runs.
Highest runs allowed total in the IBL coming into today. And that one's low. And it's ball 4 for Brandon Hernandez. The Baycats get their first runner of the afternoon.
Panthers pitching has given up 47 home runs on the season at 300 batting average against.
Vasquez has kind of been the number 3 man in this starting rotation for Kitchener behind Martinez and Parsons.
Well, Pedro De Los Santos, who got the loss on Thursday in Hamilton, has been one of the guys that Panthers have leaned on quite a bit over the stretch of this season.
Yeah, De Los Santos as well. My mistake for overlooking him. 7 starts. Former London Major joining the Panthers this season. So runner leads. That's Hernandez at first. Jaco at the plate for the Baycats. Hernandez does not go, and it's a breaking ball inside Jaco.
Well, I mentioned that Vasquez saw the Barrie Baycats on July 14th when Panthers hosted them, and it was not a good start for Vasquez. Just 3 2/3, giving up 11 hits and 7 earned runs.
Hernandez leads. Jaco waggles the bat, hits this one to left center field. And making the catch back near the warning track is the left fielder, Ryan Burnside. Treating to first is Hernandez. 2 out in the inning.
Left fielder number 20, Nolan Macabroda.
This guy, the rookie, has suddenly become the Baycats RBI leader here in 2024. Nolan Macabroda with 19, having an outstanding season, hitting .310. '26th game he's been in the lineup for Josh Matlow this season. He has been a regular, and he has been steady at the plate. Swinging first pitch, slicing it foul.
Well, he's been an aggressive hitter all year, but he's been extremely disciplined, and I think that might be the biggest reason why Josh Matlow has just consistently kept him in that starting lineup no matter what position he fits into, whether it's left field, first base, or as a designated hitter.
He's left field today. The injury to Noel McGarry-Doyle has created a vacancy in right field, so that has sort of shifted some of these players around a little bit, depending on the game. Noah Hull is the right fielder today. And Hernandez draws a throw. Hernandez has speed, but only 3 attempts. Stealing this season, he is 2 for 3 in steals.
Macabroda second on the team in walks, 13. Most of the team is Hayden Jaco with 16.
A foul tip into the glove. It's strike 2. Two out. We're in the bottom of the first. Vasquez with the runner going. Bounces up to the plate. Good strong throw. The tag. Not in time. Stolen base for Brandon Hernandez, despite a great throw by Junior Ibarra, who had to glove that bouncer. Made a very strong throw down to second.
It's the way he picked that ball, made that entire play possible. Just did it all in one fluid motion as he was getting up to make the throw. So athletic of a catcher that Ibarra is, but Hernandez with that slide, just getting his hand in there before the tag.
So Hernandez now 3 for 4 in steal attempts. And an RBI possibility for Macabroda. Here's the pitch, and that one's low. Count even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Malik Williams, the cleanup man, on deck.
Ibarra has only thrown out 9 potential stolen base attempts, on 40 total attempts. So make that 40 total against him.
Cale Murray, the shortstop, covering the bag at second, trying to keep Brandon Hernandez honest. The count now 3-2. Second baseman Spencer Ross was well back on the outfield grass. Playing Macabroda to pull the ball here. So a big pitch coming up here on the 3-2. Jose Vasquez deals, swing and a miss. Macabroda whiffing right through that one, and Baycats stranding a runner here in the bottom of the first inning. No score. Panthers and Baycats as we go to the second inning. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV Barrie. From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. Julius Hern and Ben Davy on a beautiful Saturday at the ballpark. Great crowd on hand. We've had good crowds since the Pack Park game a couple Thursdays ago. And fans enjoying this one here. It's a scoreless tie, still early, top of the second inning. Number 5 hitter, Junior Ibarra, to start it off here for the Panthers. Called strike to start them off. On the ground, over the head of the pitcher, the second baseman, Brandon Hernandez, makes a running throw in plenty of time for the out.
Boy, Hernandez made that entire play look so easy. Didn't have to go too far to his left, just scooped it up easy, and knew he had the time to get Ibarra at first base with a nice running throw.
Yeah, the fluidity that we've seen from Hernandez at short has really been fun to watch.
It's been very impressive, to say the least.
Excellent range, both sides. That's the first pitch strike to Cale Murray, the shortstop. Panthers wearing the road black today with the kind of off-white trim. Baycats in the home whites with blue letters. Red numerals. Notice most of the Panthers wear those pants right down to the shoe tops.
And not a lot of guys on the Panthers that seem to like the high socks or the stirrups.
1-2 count with one away here in the second inning. Juan Benitez kicks and deals. It's a fly ball to left center field. It'll drop in front of the left fielder, Nolan Macabroda. So 2 hits now for the Panthers. Baycat starter Juan Benitez.
Ryan Burnside.
With Benitez in his last start, he gave up 10 hits to the Welland Jackfish, but still maintained just 3 earned runs through the 6 innings he worked that game.
Yeah, he really kept the hits scattered throughout the game, and that seems to help Juan out a lot of games. If they're making contact off of him, it's very seldom stringing hits together. He's able to keep that pitch count low each inning.
Not only that, but he only gave up 1 walk, so wasn't adding any free passes to his total there.
It's a 1-1 count. Burnside waits, and he lifts that foul to the left. Count now 1-2.
That's the thing with Benitez, though. He's aggressive enough to know that he's not a strikeout pitcher by any means. I think he would say that as well, but he knows that his defense is behind him and he can rely on them.
Murray with the lead. This one hit to third. Potential double play ball here. They go to second for 1. The relay to first. Not in time. But what an effort by the shortstop, Adam Odd, who had the base runner barreling down on him. Cale Murray making that a very difficult play for Odd.
Yeah, it was going to be a tough turn no matter how fast Burnside was going down the line.
So it's a fielder's choice for Burnside. Murray retired 5-4. And they'll check on Odd to make sure he's okay. I think he kind of hit the dirt as he made that throw. Third base umpire Chubave out to talk to him.
I wonder what the conversation here, because he seems to be okay.
Not often you have the umpire come over to check the infielder to make sure he's okay, but Andrew White was about to head out, and then he turned around and went back. So
that's what I'm saying. I think there might have been something more to that conversation than just him being, just getting up and being okay.
I'm not sure if Adam maybe thought that was a bit of an aggressive slide by Murray or what the case might have been. In any event, everybody back to their positions, and here we go with Nolan Misa. Called strike. Here's the pitch by Benitez. Right back up the middle. Over the bag at second into center field. 2-1 for the Panthers. Burnside to second. Misa at first. Number 9 hitter Jordan Carthy to the plate.
Designated hitter number 12.
See, and that fielder's choice is another reason why Benitez has been so successful, holding runners on. His defense behind him is able to get lead runners in those situations where you follow up with a base hit. You're not having a guy in scoring position at the start of that at-bat.
Juan has been varying his leg kick working from the stretch here in this second inning. We saw one where he didn't lift his left leg hardly at all. That one he went with the full leg kick. Maybe trying to throw these Panthers off balance a little bit here. Checks the runner. There's another full leg kick again. That's a swing and a miss. Strike two.
Well, I think in this sake that he knows that there's a guy on second, and that guy's probably not going to attempt to steal third base, where earlier it was only a runner on first. So you had to be a little bit quicker there.
Foul tip into the glove for a third strike. And the Panthers strand two in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the inning. Barrie looking to get on the board here at Vintage Throne Stadium. You're watching Rogers TV and Baycats TV.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend. From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
Bottom of the second inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium, and it's brought to you by JC Unlimited Contracting. Design, supply, build, renovate, servicing Simcoe region for over a decade.
Malik Williams, the number 5 hitter, steps up to the plate for the Baycats. Ryan Rio, Anamad to follow. Baycats looking for their first hit. They got a base runner in the bottom of the first inning. Brandon Hernandez drew a walk, but was unable to score. Long, exaggerated delivery there from Jose Vasquez. First pitch misses. Here comes the pitch, and that's outside. Williams with some good patience here, working the count to 2-0.
Righties have hit Vasquez, much, much better than lefties have this year. Righties have a .381 average against Vasquez this year, compared to lefties who are hitting just .272.
Williams has the average up to .273. Last year, 9 games, a .567 average. A couple homers and 15 RBIs for the Baycats. He has a homer and 17 RBIs this year. Here's the pitch. Taking all the way, it's a called strike. Scoreless, bottom of the second. Williams waggles the bat, waits, 3-1 on the ground. And the second baseman takes that. The throw, a weak one, but it bounces up. It's barehanded by the first baseman, and he gets it for the out. Spencer Ross threw a very weak bouncer over to first. Parsons had to barehand it.
Yeah, Spencer Ross, he had to make kind of a jump throw as he was ranging pretty far over to his right. He got the throw over in plenty of time. Parsons had to make a pick with his glove, and he didn't catch it with his glove, so he picked it up right in front of him with his bare hand. Heads-up play gets them the first out.
It was sort of a lazy play by Spencer Ross, almost like he knew how much time he had to get the slow-footed, at present, Malik Williams, and rather than planting himself and just making a strong, sure throw, he just sort of lazily flipped that off balance over and almost cost him.
Well, you mentioned it definitely could have been a point where he was off balance as he was trying to set himself.
One out, and the pitch to Ryan Rio. Couldn't lay off, or he laid off of it. It was a little bit on the inside part of the plate. Enough for a strike call, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Rio had a big night here on Thursday when the Guelph Royals were in town. Did not play yesterday against the Cardinals. Back in the lineup here this afternoon. Vasquez deals, and it's a foul ball to the left. Rio hitting 211. That pitch is low.
A good take from Rio. That's often been his kryptonite, that low inside pitch, especially with 2 strikes.
Rio reached base 3 out of 4 times in the Guelph game on Thursday, but a strikeout in his first plate appearance here today.
Vasquez goes right back to that low inside corner on the strike zone. A little bit more breaking action to that curveball as the earlier pitch. Kept it a bit higher and Rio chased.
Adam on, another Baycat here looking to get something going with some consistency. 171 average through 22 games. On the ground, and it's the shortstop up with it. Running throw in time for the out. A great throw by Cale Murray, and that gets the Panthers off the field. It's a 3-up, 3-down second for the Baycats. We go to the top of the third, still scoreless. Baycats, Panthers on Rogers TV Barrie and Baycats TV YouTube.
Moving.ca. For all your moving needs for over 35 years, Moving.ca. The original 2 men who just happen to be small, who make moving stress-free. 2 small men with big hearts moving. We always have a big heart for you at Moving.ca. The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room, and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
Rendering company in Canada, working with thousands of builders, developers, architects, and more.
We go to the top of the third inning, here at Vintage Throne Stadium, and it's the top of the order. Spencer Ross, Chet Jarvis, and Raul Gonzalez to face Baycat right-hander Juan Benitez. 4 o'clock game here at Vintage Throne Stadium. Beautiful, clear, sunny sky. A little bit of a haze, but it's not really cloud cover. It's called strike to start off Ross. We're going to get that sun right directly on us pretty soon. In fact, it's already on you.
Yeah. But it seems like these 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon games have been, the best for getting fans out to the ballpark. Best case scenario for, weekends. Usually folks are going out to the cottage.
Well, some of these youngsters have Barrie minor baseball games and house league games and such on Saturday mornings and early afternoons as well. Not so much late afternoons, but the 4 o'clock games work sometimes well for them. Weekly to center field. It'll stay up for Cadicijo, 1 away. I was watching the New York Mets broadcast last night. Gary Cohn, Ron Darling, Keith Hernandez, and they were having a conversation about 4 o'clock games. And Gary, Ron, and Keith were all supposed to meet before the game today. And for whatever reason, but Keith Hernandez lives on Long Island and Gary and Ron live in Connecticut. So they were discussing how they were going to get Keith to meet up because he lives so far away. And Ron said, don't worry, we've got a plan. Keith is going to stay overnight at my place. He's got an overnight bag. So, and then Gary just started asking all these bizarre questions, like trying to make sure that the accommodations were suitable for Keith. Right back up the middle, shortstop Hernandez, throw, in time, 2 away. Just starts asking him, and Gary and Ron is like, it's okay, it's a double door, he's going to have lots of privacy. We got a nice guest house for him and everything. And then Gary asked him, is it a shower or a tub? Like trying to make sure that Keith would be well looked after. And Ron's like, I don't know, it's a stand-up shower, what's the difference? And Gary said, well, I think Keith is probably the kind of guy who likes to take his bath before the game. Keith said, no, it's okay, I don't take baths before 4 o'clock games. I do like a nice tub, but... So my question is this, why not a bath before a 4 o'clock game? I understand a 1 o'clock game, you're going to shower, get your coffee and toast and get out the door, but no time for a bath before a 4 o'clock game?
Yeah.
It seemed a little strange. Right to the third baseman, and it's dropped. No time for Hayden Jaco to recover. So that'll keep the inning going here.
First baseman number 88, Nick Parsons.
I don't know. I mean, I don't take baths. I'm a shower guy, but if I did, I wouldn't hesitate to take a bath before a 4 o'clock game. Would you?
I mean, I'm not much of a bath guy either, but, I mean, it just sounds to me like Keith Hernandez is taking himself a little bit too seriously.
How much more time do you need for a bath than a shower? 5 minutes? 10 minutes? I mean, unless it's a jacuzzi one. And,
yeah.
You know,
bath is a more luxurious experience. You want to really take your time.
I mean, if Keith Hernandez is taking baths longer than 15, 20 minutes, you come out looking like a prune, right?
Yeah,
you don't want
exactly.
that for the broadcast. So, yeah. Up the middle to center field, base hit, 2-1 for the Panthers. Anyways, it was kind of an interesting, yet somewhat odd conversation. Gary Cohn really.
How long did that conversation take?
Like a half an inning. It just went on and on and on. The only thing missing was a Nick Castellanos home run.
Oh my goodness. That would have been the cherry on top.
Nick Castellanos is known for home runs during
Number 48,
inopportune times. So, I mean, the conversation, it didn't go off the rails. It was just kind of an odd subject that they were discussing. But I got the sense that Gary really cared about Keith's well-being. And
you know, it seems like Gary's really taking advantage of having both Ron and Keith in the booth with him because they don't work together, the three of them, all that often.
That's true.
Ron works for TBS quite often. It's definitely worthy conversation to have on a Friday night.
Maybe heads up over to the first base side there, a screamer off the bat of Junior Ibarra. Maybe Gary was hoping for an invite to Ron Darling's house so that the three of them could. I mean, can you imagine that? Can you imagine an overnighter with Keith Hernandez and Ron Darling?
That would be incredible.
A couple of New York Mets legends. I mean, you'd never want to go to bed. You just stay up and talk baseball all night. Swing and a miss, strike three. It's brought to you by IMP North. Baycats are off the field, still 0-0. As we go to the bottom of the third inning here on Baycats TV and Rogers TV.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on ESSA Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Franz from Foreigner Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Welcome back to Vintage Throne Stadium. We head to the bottom of the third inning. It's brought to you by Render 3D Quick, the #1 architectural 3D rendering company in Canada, working with thousands of builders, developers, architects, and more.
Veteran catcher Tyler Plumpton comes to the plate for the first time this afternoon. Jose Vasquez. Pair of hitless innings going into this bottom of the third. It's Plumpton, Hull, and Ejo due up for the Baycats. Pitch high and inside.
Well, Barrie's still looking for their first hit of the game. Meanwhile, the Panthers have come out with 5 in the first 3 innings.
It's a Junior Baycats Saturday here at the ballpark, and I think we got another one coming up next weekend, another Saturday afternoon game here at 4:05. So a good chance to bring the kids out, and they can enjoy a lot of other activities while they're here at the park. You think, well, it might be hard for the kids to sit through 9 innings of baseball. We've got lots of other stuff happening. Jumping castles, tic-tac-toe. Kids do a car race out on the field as well.
Well, the Baycats aren't here next Saturday. The following Saturday, the 10th, they'll be here against London. That's a 4:05 game.
I thought we had a game here next weekend. We don't, eh? Nice play by the third baseman, Raul Gonzalez. That's right under the glove for the first out of the inning.
Plumpton scorched that one down the third base line, and a great, laid out effort there by Gonzalez. Mostly a shortstop by trade, but he's been very serviceable this year at third base.
So we have a Thursday game next week, but there's Saturday on the road.
So the Baycats have back-to-back next week against Welland. The Thursday, the 1st, and then the 2nd, they're in Welland. And then the following day, they're in Brantford.
Here comes Noah Hull, the number 9 hitter.
So the Baycats between the 3rd and the 9th will have 3 straight road games.
Well, they had 4 straight home games here last week.
So you make that 4 straight road games. You want to go back to the 2nd because that's a makeup game in Welland.
Hard to believe we're coming down to the final few weeks. Playoffs scheduled for middle of August. That one skips past the first baseman, Nick Parsons. Took a bad hop right in front of him. That 3rd or 4th hop, he had to just put the glove up and hope. And it got past his glove and down the right field line. So it's the first hit of the game for the Baycats, and it comes off the bat of the number 9 hitter, Noah Hull.
Well, just a great way to turn the lineup back over to the top with Noah Hull there. It seemed like a kind of similar play that happened to Hayden Jacob when he was playing at third base earlier in the game. Just the ball caught the lip of the turf a little bit on the infield. And that final hop just is unexpected on the corner. Nick Parsons just couldn't catch up to it.
Kadesi Joe popped up to lead off the bottom of the first. 0 for 1 today, fouls that one back to the screen.
Let's go back to some schedule talk here. So after today, just 4 more home games for the Baycats. Only 1 between today and 2 Saturdays from now.
Well, if the season were to end today, this would be a 2 versus 7 playoff matchup. Baycats 2nd, Panthers 7th, but Kitchener not really even thinking about their position right now, just making sure they stay out of that number 9 spot. They're only a game and a half up on the Toronto Maple Leafs, who would not make the playoffs if the season ended today. So it's going to be a good race down the wire. Ejo goes down swinging 2 away, or looking, excuse me. Brandon Hernandez now will bat. August 10th and August 17th are the last 2 Junior Baycats games. London on the 10th, Hamilton on the 17th. This one hit to the right side, and it's a base hit. 2 on for the Baycats. Slipping was Hull, but he gets back safely. So Hull to second. Hernandez is on base for the 2nd time, and here's Hayden Jaco.
Just seems like every time that Hernandez is able to put the ball in play, he's hitting it hard. Another great example right there. Barreled that ball into right field. Just like that, with 2 out, the Baycats are threatening.
Hernandez had a 5 for 5 game against the Welland Jackfish when they were here. He's had 5 for 5 games. He's had 0 for 4 games. He was 1 for 4 against the Royals here Thursday. He's reached base twice safely here today. junior Baycat PA announcer here in this bottom of the third inning as well, and we're enjoying him. This one's fouled over the trees, out of play.
Hayden Jaco last night struck out 3 times in an 0-for-4 performance. And the Hamilton Cardinals have a funny promotion there, so they designate one visiting batter the beer batter of the game. And anytime that batter strikes out, there's discounted beer for the rest of the inning.
Sorry, what city was this?
This was in Hamilton last night.
Hamilton, wow. Into right field for a base hit. And they're going to wave home Noah Hall. Here's the throw. It's not in time. 1-0 Baycats on an RBI single by Hayden Jaco.
Jaco, just like he had in his first at-bat, another great swing. First at-bat of the game, he lined out to deep left field, but that one just going the other way with it, not doing too much. Knowing he had Hull in scoring position, cashes him in.
So here's Nolan Macabrota. 1-0 Barrie here in the bottom of the third inning. Jose Vasquez with a long look in. First pitch. Macabrota lays off. He's ahead of the count 1-0. I'm not sure, you mentioned the beer in Hamilton. I'm not sure how much we're allowed to talk about beer on the broadcast here, but I had a really good brew when I was in Guelph a couple of weeks ago. Rode the bus with the team so I could enjoy a couple of Wellington Brewery. Hell's yeah, it said on it. And it's a German light lager. Enjoyed those. Maybe I'll go to Guelph again on Tuesday. I'm not sure. Are you going to go to that one?
I think I will.
Great ballpark. You can ride the team bus. And you don't have to worry about driving home.
Exactly.
Of course, the Baycats brew is the best in the IBL.
Can't go wrong.
And we have those here at the ballpark and at other events that the Baycats do throughout the year. 1-0 the count, or 2-1 the count to Nolan Macabrota here. 2-on for the Baycats. 1 in. Hernandez at third, Jaco at first. Jose Vasquez deals, swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Jose Vasquez has really struggled this year pitching with runners on against him. .395 average against with runners on base this year. That's 30 hits.
Vasquez is ready. Here comes the 2-2. Runner goes on the ground. And it's picked up by the second baseman. He almost was able to deflect it over to the shortstop, but unable to do so. In to score is Brandon Hernandez. It's going to be an infield hit. An RBI single for Nolan Macabrota.
Well, the ball went off the glove of Vasquez there. No matter how you shake it, Spencer Ross wasn't going to have much of a play anywhere. Did his best to make a little bit of pressure on Hayden Jaco heading into second base, but that's not a whole lot you can do on that play.
Yeah, Vasquez made an attempt to glove it, was unable to do so, but if he did, that play would have turned out totally different. As a result of it getting past him, Baycats get another run, so it's 2-0 Barrie. Williams lays off, 1-0.
I talked about Vasquez, just runners on base. .395 average against, and it's not much better with runners in scoring position. .346 against coming into today.
Vasquez to the belt, looks in, and he deals. Just inside, 2-0. Vasquez not paying a lot of attention to the base runners here, just trying to get this third out at the plate. Jaco at second, Macabrota at first. Now he checks the runner. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Looked like a slider there from Vasquez. Placed it really well. We saw Williams offer at the first pitch of the at-bat, similar break. Right there, couldn't hold up.
Williams, a tough night at the plate yesterday at Hamilton, went 0 for 3. 0 for 1 here today. Waits for the 2-1. Called strike. Williams thought that was maybe outside or low. Maybe both. Count even 2-2. Vasquez needs a big strikeout here to get his team off the field.
Williams saw a similar pitch in his first at-bat of the game. Bit of a wider strike zone here for Falco Chieda on that outside part of the plate.
Vasquez checks the runner. Kicks and deals. And laying off is Williams, 3-2 now. So the runners will be in motion on this payoff pitch. Hayden Jaco at second, Nolan Macabrota at first, 2-0 Barrie. Pair of runs here in the bottom of the third inning. Vasquez deals, and it's a line drive to left field, and it's caught on a rope. Ryan Burnside, right place, right time, third out of the third. But not before Barrie gets on the board. They get a pair to lead 2-0 after 3. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV Barrie.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
Inning number 4 on a sweaty, muggy, but not too hot Saturday afternoon. Certainly bearable. A lot of umbrellas and fans around the ballpark here as the fans try to stay cool. Panthers coming to bat here in the top of the 4th inning. Cale Murray, Ryan Burnside, Nolan Misa all due up. Benitez deals. Low and inside. Ball 1.
There's just not a cloud in sight. Just a haze over the horizon. That's how muggy it's been at the ballpark today.
It's a very thin haze, so it's not like an overcast cloud cover. It's just kind of the slight film keeping the sky from being blue. It's kind of a white sky above us. Juan Benitez with a 2-1 count here on Cale Murray.
It's going to be one of the program ticket draws. It's a bonus ticket draw.
And it's a little flare to the left side. It'll drop. And it could be extra bases. Running hard around first, Cale Murray. He's in sliding with a double.
Great hit there from Murray. Just kept slicing in the opposite field towards left. Nolan Macabrota had him shaded a little bit more towards center field, and he had eyes on second base as soon as he hit the ball.
Ryan Burnside hit into a fielder's choice in the second. He'll bat with a runner on and nobody out here in the 4th inning as the Panthers look to respond after the Baycats score 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. Ryan Burnside holds the bat high. Benitez kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Burnside 1 for 3 to bring his average to 204 in the Hamilton game on Thursday. Both teams coming off losses to the Cardinals. 10-5 for the Panthers, losing to the Cardinals on Thursday night. Baycats lost last night in Hamilton 6-2. Line drive to short, and it eats up Brandon Hernandez. Had to short hop that one, got by him. It's going to bring in a run. Scampering across home plate is Murray, and the Panthers are on the board. That's an RBI single for Ryan Burnside, and a 2-1 ball game now.
20, Nolan Misa.
Well, tough play for Hernandez there. He just made a lot of his plays today looks just so easy, and that one just got the best of him. Hard hit ground ball by Burnside.
Best he could hope for was a short hop. That ball bounced off the dirt. Swing and a miss by Nolan Misa, strike one. Fastball, and it's over the second baseman into right field. Noah Hall picks it up. Burnside to second. 2 on for the Panthers now as they look for a little bit of momentum here on the top of the fourth.
Another opposite field base hit for the Panthers, just out of the reach of Adam Ott at second base. Had to go over to his left to try and leap for it, but couldn't quite reach it.
First time this afternoon that the Panthers have strung together 3 base runners off of Juan Benitez. And suddenly he's got a fire to put out here in this 4th inning.
Well, already 8 hits for the Panthers through 3+ innings.
In on the grass was the first baseman, Malik Williams, as they're thinking about a possible bunt situation here. Jordan Carthy might be able to lay one down here. Nobody out in the inning.
We were mentioning earlier in the before we went on the air, it's a bit odd that you see a designated hitter as the 9th man in the order.
Pitches inside. Yeah, you don't see that too much.
But definitely could be made for situations like this where he's showing bunt, and he's more of a guy that's proficient in, making those sacrifices. That's why he's in the 9 spot.
Fouled over the screen. He's hitting .262. Would seem to be more of a middle to bottom of the order kind of hitter, but in the number 9 spot today. Plays a lot of second base as well, so he's in the lineup today as a DH, but not a fixture in that DH spot in the lineup by any means.
Hasn't had a sacrifice hit yet this year at all.
Another foul ball. Panthers getting a run on an RBI single by Ryan Burnside, scoring Cale Murray. 2-1. Tying run at second base. Benitez checks over his shoulder, comes home, and he just missed. Benitez with his hands on his hips. He has not been happy with Falco Schieda on a couple of calls today. That was one of them.
Well, Tyler Plumpton did his best to frame that up a little bit in the zone, but Falco Schieda wasn't having it.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Brought to you by IMP North. And a big strikeout for Juan Benitez.
Second baseman, number 5, Spencer.
Well, it's number 4 for Benitez, the first strikeout he's had today that hasn't ended an inning. But so far he's put up 1K in each frame thus far.
Yeah, that's an odd occurrence. 3 strikeouts, all of them for the 3rd out of each of the first 3 innings. Spencer Ross now with 1 out, 2 on for the Panthers. Puts a bunt down the first base line. It goes foul. And did he make contact with the baseball?
That's
the
call.
By? They're going to call that he did.
Yeah, you can hear the entire Baycats dugout erupt, saying that he ran into the ball. Falco Schieda had a great look at it, makes the call right away.
Spencer Ross was not happy with the call, and neither is manager Bill Matish. He'll come out and talk to Falco Schieda. I think Ross maybe is saying that he made contact with the ball when it was already foul.
But the argument could be that it was as it was bouncing over the line, as it was still established in fair territory.
So that'll be a big out for Juan Benitez.
I've actually never seen that before. I have no idea how to score that.
Just batter's interference
Yeah.
with an X. I'm not sure I don't know what to put either. I wrote batter's interference with an X. Luckily, nobody cares about our scorebook but us. So
Yeah.
I guess Gary Mason doing point streak today. He'll figure out how to log that one in digitally, but
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a code for it. So a big out for Juan Benitez now as there's 2 away and Jet Jarvis comes to the plate. Baycats dugout was right on that too. They came out of right off that top step and they were all pointing and shouting. So
Yeah, a lot of players are just lined up along that front railing, and they were vocal about it as soon as they saw it.
this one hits a second, odd on a hop, goes to short for the easy out there, and that will do it. Panthers score a run. They strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Baycats still on top 2-1. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV Barrie.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend. From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
Baycats back up to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's brought to you by Clarkson Bins and Junk Removal, the local source for simple, clean, and reliable disposal bin rental and junk removal services.
Here comes Ryan Rio along with Adam Ott and Tyler Plumpton in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ben Davy, Julius Hern with you. Our producer is Brian Backland. As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Baycats on top by a score of 2-1. Rob Daniels, our PA announcer, letting fans know there's a giveaway over at the Doug Laurie Sporting Goods tent. They're giving away an autographed Fergie Jenkins baseball. That would look pretty good on the mantle or the sports cabinet, wherever you display your memorabilia, and baseball cards as well for the kids today. It's part of this Junior Baycats Day. So, yeah, you never know what you're going to get at the ballpark, and that's something the fans, I'm sure, are going to enjoy taking advantage of today. As Rio fouls it back to the screen. I'm old enough to remember when Doug Laurie Sporting Goods occupied the corner of Maple Leaf Gardens on Carlton Street in Toronto.
Interesting.
And, yeah, that's a Loblaws now, but for many years, Toronto Maple Leafs played there, and Doug Laurie was the occupant of that storefront right on the corner of Carlton and Church. And
that's awesome.
We used to go in there all the time and browse at jerseys and hats and anything else that we saw that was interesting.
You grew up in Toronto?
Newmarket, but I went to a lot of Leaf games at the Gardens. And I guess when the Leafs moved out, Doug Laurie did as well. Actually, no, it switched over to Leaf Sport. It was called Leaf Sport for the last few years, so Doug Laurie must have relocated. And now they have a location up here in Barrie at the Kozlov Center, so free plug for them. Be sure to check them out sometime. 2-1 pitch. Inside, Rio lays off. They're going to appeal to third. He did not go.
Vasquez really attacking that same spot that he got Rio on in the 2nd inning. That low inside part of the plate. And it's up to Rio to try and lay it off.
fouled off, heads up over at the Barrie dugout. So did you collect baseballs, cards, any nostalgia when you were a kid?
I was big into hockey cards for quite a while. Kind of got out of it. It's hard to try and chase down like a full set, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, hockey cards were really big for me when I was younger.
Well, they're harder to find now, in baseball cards too. I grew up in an age where you would walk into a convenience store and there would always be baseball and hockey cards there that you could buy for I remember when they were like 35 cents for a pack of 10 or 12.
Yeah. I remember seeing them at the corner store too, but
yeah,
it's kind of gone out of fashion.
Ryan Rio with a walk, so he's aboard.
Vasquez attacked that same part of the plate. About 4 pitches in a row. Rio fouled off the one previous to that last ball 4. So good on him to lay off and get some of that discipline back into his game.
Well, I have easily thousands of baseball cards, hockey cards. I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. I guess one day I'll give them to my kids if they're interested in them or not, but they're on those laminated protectors, and most of them. Some of them are in shoe boxes. But
I'll tell you what, when Tim Hortons does the NHL cards like once every season, those I find are really big now.
Yeah, my kids were interested in those.
Like I know people that, they get the binder and they try and collect every card.
Some of them have really cool things like a little patch of a jersey that have been, kind of like glued on or something.
It's always cool to get that card that says like 1 of 50.
Yeah.
It's.
You just hope that they're worth something. I think most of the cards I have are probably worth very little, but I've gone through them many times just to see if there's anything in there that might be a little bit rare. I have a Cal Ripken rookie card. I don't know what that's worth, but it's not in good condition at all. This is a fly ball to left field. Catch is made. 1 out in the inning. Ryan Burnside in left today.
Now, I ask you this because I know you're much older than me. Were you a baseball card in the bicycle spokes?
No, we didn't do that.
No?
I know kids that did, but I'm not sure why. What's the point in that? But we didn't treat them well. Like we would like flip through them and stuff like playing cards.
Right.
You'd flip through them and stuff. Sometimes you'd even shuffle them if you were playing like a game or something like that. And nowadays you pull them out of the plastic and you barely touch the edges, right? But,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, this one hit to left field. And is it going to stay up? Yeah, it will. Burnside back near the wall. Tyler Plumpton gave that a ride. One of the hardest hit balls we've seen from him in the last few games. It's a long fly ball for an out.
Ryan Burnside's been busy defensively in this game already. It was like 5 putouts already, and then back-to-back right there between Odd and Plumpton.
So I don't collect nearly as much as I used to. Rob Daniels, though, hats off to him. The amount of nostalgia he has. He's always got baseballs and cards and laminated photos. Really? I think every game he goes to looking for autographs. Down the line, and that is foul. Right down that right field line.
That was just foul, but first base umpire Ryan Jackson had a great look at it. Hall's really been attacking that pull side. He had his base hit in the, that's in the 3rd inning, was right down that line as well.
Hall got the first hit of the game for the Baycats. Takes the pitch inside and low. I've heard that a lot of players, when they sign baseballs, everybody wants them to sign the sweet spot of the ball, right? But players that they think that they might be trying to just sell them, they'll sign it on another spot of the ball just so that it can't be sold for quite as much. Right. So, like if you're signing a ball for a kid or whatever, that's a little bit different. But some of these players, they don't like signing baseballs for free if they know, if it's a grown man who they can tell has the plastic case and is literally just going to probably sell the thing anyways. Sometimes players don't like doing that.
It's kind of been a cutthroat industry now. Memorabilia.
2-1 pitch coming up. Foul back.
That one caught a piece of Junior Ibarra, it looks like. I think he's getting a little bit of time from home plate umpire Falco Chieda.
Taylor Green with some fresh baseballs for the home plate ump. And a big pitch coming up here from Jose Vasquez. trying to keep this a 2-1 ball game here on the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Down the line, foul. Ryan Rio at first base on a leadoff walk. 2 out in the inning. Hull trying to keep the inning alive. Vasquez deals, and it's fouled away again, and that one over near the junior Baycat tent.
It looks like Hull was expecting a fastball there. He got in the previous pitch where he fouled it down the third base side. Right there was much earlier on that curveball.
So he's fouled him off to both fields. Now he'll try to see if he can straighten it out and get one in play here on this 1-2 pitch. And it's a ground ball to second. And it goes off of Ross. And he goes to the shortstop. Nice recovery in time for the out. So that'll do it. Baycats strand a runner. We go to the 5th inning. Julius will call innings 5 and 6 when we return. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV Barrie.
The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield. Moving.ca. For all your moving needs for over 35 years, Moving.ca. The original 2 men who just happen to be small, who make moving stress-free. 2 small men with big hearts moving. We always have a big heart for you at Moving.ca. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room, and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats! From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
Welcome back to the ballpark. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Barrie Baycats lead the Kitchener Panthers by a score of 2-1. It'll be the heart of the order for the Panthers. Raul Gonzalez to lead it off, and Nick Parsons and Junior Ibarra against Juan Benitez back out for inning number 5. First pitch is right down the middle for strike 1. Panthers have already eclipsed their hit total from Thursday night against the Hamilton Cardinals. 7 on Thursday, 8 already today through the first 4 innings. But only 1 run to show for it compared to the 5 they got on Thursday. One to Gonzalez is another one low. 1 for 2 is the Panthers' third baseman. Singled in the third, was left stranded at second base. Fly ball in the center field. Canisijo, a couple steps over to his right, makes the catch for out number 1.
First baseman number 88, Nick Parsons.
So here steps in Nick Parsons. Struck out his first time up, but then he got a single in the 3rd inning, extending his hit streak to a whopping 17 games. It's an incredible stretch from him.
Fresh water for you, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Not sure how cold it is, but
Bunt popped up right in front of us. That went directly over the screen.
not sure how cold that water is, but it's spring water, so it should be fresh.
Line drive to left field, a couple steps back for Nolan Macabrota, and he makes an easy catch.
Long lineup at the water fountain today, boy. His fans staying hydrated.
The catcher, number 48.
It's definitely one of those days. It's been really sunny at the ballpark all game and throughout the game, even before first pitch. 2 quick outs for Juan Benitez, and up steps Junior Ibarra, the catcher. Line drive into left center field. That one will get down. First pitch base hit, looking at 2. Ijo makes a strong throw in, but held to a single as Ibarra.
You got a favorite ballpark refreshment on a hot day like today? I've seen a lot of those big freezies around. Kids love those.
I've never been much of a freezy guy, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, they're quite popular.
Sugar in those.
Water's always been my go-to. Can't go wrong with a Gatorade or a sports drink like that, just to get your electrolytes back in you.
Especially if you're playing, yeah.
Exactly. First pitch called strike to Cale Murray. Murray's 2 for 2 with a run scored. The only extra base hit of the game came last inning. He led off with a double.
The fries here are so popular. It doesn't matter what the weather or temperature
Exactly.
is. Everybody's got French fries.
Gary, how much strikeouts we got? 4. All right. Fry watch.
1-2 here on Cale Murray. Short lead for Ibarra at first. Here's the pitch. Fouled off down the third base side. Juan Benitez sitting on 4 strikeouts in the game. So you mentioned fries. The fans are 1 strikeout away, 1 strike away from free fries here.
Yeah, you get the Vintage Throne Stadium fries during the game and the McDonald's fries on the way home.
There you go.
Can't have too many.
Called strike 3. There it is. Strikeout number 5 for Benitez. 4th strikeout to end the inning for him. Bouncing back from that single from Ibarra, we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Baycats looking to add on Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
At Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Baycats coming to bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's brought to you by Phaetrum, aluminum and siding, quality above all else. On the mic with the call, here's Julius Hern.
Thank you, Ben. At the top of the order for the Barrie Baycats, Kenise Ijo, and then Brandon Hernandez and Hayden Jaco to follow. Against Jose Vasquez, who is 70 pitches in to his outing thus far this afternoon. 2-1 Baycats. Long windup from Vasquez, and the first pitch is taken for strike 1.
So in the 7th inning stretch today, somehow I was voluntold that I'm doing the heave away dance with Sandy Joy behind home plate because Avery Matlow is away today, and I'm still not quite sure how it happened. I just was talking to her, and I was saying how much I enjoyed watching, and we all enjoy watching
absolutely.
them dance. They're just so spirited and lively. And Sandy Joy said to me, she said, well, Avery's not going to be here on Saturday. Would you mind filling in? And I'm like, what do I say? No? Like,
You can't say no. You can't say no.
Problem is, I am not a dancer at all. I am like, stiff as a robot. I DJ weddings. I get other people dancing. I don't dance myself. So,
Yeah.
But today I'm gonna be out there doing the fling with her, I guess, and
You'll figure it out.
the fans
Don't
are
worry.
really like. People have been coming up to me, just reminding me, you're doing the dance with Sandy Joy today, right? Starting to wonder, like, it's become such a popular thing now that maybe I should have raffled this off or something. I don't know.
Ijo fouls that one off. It's 2-2.
Gary Mason, our scorer, was even threatening to record it on his phone, and I was like, Gary, don't do that. Let's keep it off social media.
You're gonna have so much fun. Don't worry.
Well, I went down there and I practiced with her. We did a dry
Okay,
run.
that's good.
Because I wasn't quite sure. What are we doing here? Am I just swinging around in a circle? What am I like?
2-2 pitch, cut and a miss from Ijo. First out of the inning is a strikeout for Jose Vasquez.
I mean, I'm filling in for Avery Matlow. These are some really big shoes that I'm
Yes,
filling.
absolutely.
You know, he is, I don't know what kind of title we would give him, but he is like the king of this ballpark in
Yeah.
terms of fans and support, and he gets the crowd cheering and chanting, and
He's the leader of the fan group. That's for
I
sure.
can't do all of that because I'm on the microphone here.
Slow roller along first base side, and Vasquez will try to take it to the base himself, and he gets him. Hernandez can't believe it. It was such a close play. Vasquez decides not to flip it to Parsons, covering the bag at first.
Well, he had it in his glove, and he didn't want to take the time to make the transfer because that would have slowed him down a little bit, and he elected to just try to outrace Hernandez. And I'm not sure he got his foot on the bag ahead of Brandon.
Or Hernandez is such a quick runner. Josh Matlow talked to Ryan Jackson, the first base umpire. Definitely one of the closest calls we've had this afternoon.
We'll watch that again tonight when we get home, but I'd be interested in getting a second look at that because from where we're sitting, it looked like Brandon outraced him.
Well, if you remember the play with Adam Odd in the second inning to end that frame, it was a 6-3 putout, and Adam Odd threw his helmet down as he passed first base and was called out. There's been a couple questionable calls at first base already today. Hayden Jaco taking all the way in strike one.
Jaco looking at the pitcher, and he wouldn't matter where that ball was, he was not lifting the bat off his shoulder. He's ready now.
Oh, 1 is outside. Cool Cat is trying to distract Jose Vasquez as much as he can.
He's been spirited the last couple of games. The Guelph game, he was out there trying to distract Yuki Narita as well.
Ground ball to third base and a quick transfer and throw onto first from Raul Gonzalez. A 3-up, 3-down frame for the Kitchener Panthers. We head to the 6th inning. Still 2-1 for Barrie on Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
2-1 Baycats as we enter the 6th inning. Juan Benitez back on for another inning of work in his efficient start so far. He'll get the bottom third of the order for the Panthers. Ryan Burnside to lead it off. Benitez has gone at least 6 innings in each of his last 4 starts, all of them wins. Not just for the Baycats, but for him as well, coming in with a 5-0 record into this one. 1-0 pitch is a called strike. That one catches the inside corner on Burnside. It's 1-2. Burnside has reached both times he's been up to the plate today, reaching on a fielder's choice in the second and a single in the 4th. Foul tip into the glove for strike 3. That one brought to you by IMP North. 1 down.
Right fielder number 20, Nolan Misa.
So there's 6 strikeouts on the game for Benitez. Nolan Misa steps in. He's 2 for 2. First pitch is lined out to right field. Hall going back to his left, and he makes an over-the-shoulder catch for out number 2.
So I want to thank you for something you pointed out to me during the break. I mentioned to you a while ago that I have tickets for the last ever game at the Oakland Coliseum. The A's are playing the Texas Rangers, and I have seats 3 rows above the Oakland bullpen, section 127. $59 tickets, and you told me that tickets now for this game are going for like over $300
Yeah,
each.
I saw something like that. It's ridiculous.
Wow. So it's sold out, I guess? Are
I don't
they
know.
still selling them? I
Maybe
don't
they
know.
just think there's more demand for it.
Anyways, that's glad I got mine early.
Yeah,
I mean, there were tons of tickets available when I went on the website.
I just saw a post on social media about it saying, like, there's no way that these prices or these tickets are worth this much.
Well, I've always wanted to go to San Francisco, and I finally lined that up for this year, this September. And then when they announced that the A's were going to Sacramento, I was like, why not piggyback that and see those two teams at the same time? So
you did Citi Field and Fenway last year,
yeah,
right? Boston,
and that was a good trip, really good trip. Oakland and San Fran are like literally across the bay from each other.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, and I'm really curious to see how the Oakland fans respond to that game. Are they going to be angry? Are they going to be like the Expos fans and really love the team and applaud? Like, remember that last game? They gave them just a really emotional send-off. But these Oakland fans aren't happy about losing their ball club.
Popped up again. That one's foul over our booth.
I mean, they've been not showing up for games, and then they had a reverse boycott game where they tried to pack the park but just, really expressed their anger to the owner for moving the team, and it's a real shame. They've had that team for 50 years.
3-2's line into center field. Kinesijo ranging over to his right, makes the catch, and another 3-up, 3-down inning for Juan Benitez. Been efficient all throughout his start today. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning, still 2-1 Baycats. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend. From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
Sixth inning for moving.ca. Two small men with big hearts moving, making moving stress-free for over 35 years.
Bottom of the sixth inning, the Baycats trying to add some insurance to a 2-run lead they carry in to this frame. Nolan Macabrota will lead it off. Jose Vasquez hasn't given up a hit since the 4th. Foul tip into the glove for strike one. Vasquez gave up a walk in the 4th and has retired 6 straight. One of them was a fielder's choice to end the frame. Macabrota has a hit earlier in the game, struck out his first time up, but followed that up with a base hit in the 3rd. Inside for ball 2.
We were talking about the last game at the Oakland Coliseum coming up in September, and I just did a quick check. There are seats left in 4 outfield sections, which are way, way up in the top deck at
Mount
the Oakland
Davis?
Coliseum. They haven't opened up Mount Davis yet, but they might do that if those 4 sections sell out, right? So, and those seats start at $110 each.
Wow.
But they're like way up in the up top part of the right field corner.
So I think the post I saw was $300 for maybe the lower bowl, but like one of the top parts of that.
Well, those might have been resale tickets. I didn't check resale tickets.
I think they're all resale tickets.
Are they?
Very often you get people that will buy tickets just to resell them.
Yep.
That's why there's so much money. So whenever you see like, statements or press releases would say, yeah, we sold out this event in like 15 minutes. Very often it's the case where it's ticket resellers buying a lot of tickets at once. That one just inside, that'll bring the count to full.
Well, fortunately, we don't have that problem in the Intercounty Baseball League. Every team puts the price there, and that's what it is, right? So you don't have a secondary market to worry about.
Bounced up to the plate. Macabrota lays off, and a leadoff walk gets the Baycats going in the 6th.
And here at the ballpark in Barrie, kids are able to come to the game for free. So I know that's a big concern for a lot of families, especially if you have, a few kids. It's expensive to go to a Major League Baseball game, and each one needs a ticketed seat. Well, you don't need that when you come here to an Intercounty Baseball League game. Bring as many kids as you like. They can all enjoy the game.
So kids under 12 here are free. I think for example, Blue Jays games, but I think it's kids under 2 are free, if I'm not mistaken.
So basically, when you're old enough to realize that you're at the game, you got to start paying for it, right?
Yeah. How old were you when you went to your first Major League game?
Great question. Glad you asked. I remember it like so well. I was 10 years old, and it was July 30th, 1984. I was 10 years old. And something else interesting about that date. It was the Blue Jays playing the Kansas City Royals at Exhibition Stadium. And when the Blue Jays came back to play after the COVID break, they finally came back to Toronto. Remember, they played all those games in Dunedin and Buffalo. Royals. The game was against the Royals, and it was on July the 30th.
Interesting.
I guess that was 2021.
Yeah.
Their first game back. And I bought a ticket for that game so I could watch it. And it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool. Another interesting thing, July 30th is coming up on Tuesday this year, and the Baycats are playing the Guelph Royals.
Interesting.
So
all comes full circle for you.
I think I want to go to that game just so I can keep the July 30th Royals theme going. Blue Jays aren't playing in Toronto that night. I already looked it up.
No.
But
on the ground up the middle, tough play at short for Cale Murray. Actually gets the force at second base, so Macabrota forced out at second. Blake Williams reaches on a fielder's choice.
That was a really nice play by Murray as he was able to glove it cleanly, got the throw, the short way, the quick out, got the sure out, and the slower Malik Williams on the bases now. Macabrota retired.
Well, Murray had to go so far to his left to even come up with the ball, and then had to make sure that Spencer Ross was able to get to second base in time, and eventually he did.
But yeah, it's interesting. I know a lot of people, a lot of kids especially, will always remember their first Major League Baseball game. And for me, July 30th, it's just etched in my brain. I always think about it every single year when July 30th comes up on the calendar. I remember that first game I went to with my grandfather.
Who won?
The Royals won 7-4, And it was Charlie Liebrandt pitching against Jim Clancy. I don't know if you know either of those
yes,
names.
I do.
But
yes, I do.
Your baseball knowledge is pretty good, considering the era you were born in.
Yeah. My first Major League game was Yankees at Blue Jays in May of 2011, I believe.
Wow. Now, that wasn't a very good Blue Jays team, I don't think.
But those Yankees, if you look back at that Yankees lineup, it was absolutely stacked. You know, A-Rod, Derek Jeter on the left side of the infield, Mark Teixeira at first, Jorge Posada. Bartolo Colon started that game for the Yankees.
That's very cool.
And if you look in the outfield, it was Curtis Granderson in center and Andrew Jones was in left.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, for many of those years, Yankees fans and Red Sox fans would outdraw Blue Jays fans when they came to play in Toronto, and that might have been one of those years, 2011. I don't know what your recollection is, but
well, that's the thing about the Blue Jays now, or even with how disappointing their season has been, they're like 6th in attendance in Major League Baseball.
Well, home plate umpire Falco Schieda has not been popular with the Baycats today. Ryan Rio thought that ball was well off the plate.
Number 26, Adam Odd.
Here's another guy that was unhappy with the call, but that was at first base when Adam Odd was thrown out earlier today. But I've seen a few Baycats really upset with the umpiring today.
I've seen that outside part of the zone, no matter how you shake it, as Adam Odd puts that one into left center field shallow. It keeps the inning alive with a base hit. First hit of the game for Odd. I was just going to say that it seems that no matter what side of the plate you're standing on, the outside part of the zone is a little bit further out than you expect it to be. At least that's how it seems from our vantage point.
Now, the Blue Jays seem to experience a bit of a fan revival in the 2014, 2015, 2016 era when they finally got back to the playoffs again and couldn't get over the hump and get back to the World Series, but at least they had some meaningful games and Blue Jays fans were suddenly coming back out to the park. But for a long time, I know for younger fans it might be hard to remember, but there would just be scores and scores of empty seats at the Rogers Center. And
especially right down like the lines towards the corners, you always see them empty.
Yeah, and when the Yankees and Red Sox came, their fans came with them.
Line foul down that right side towards the Baycats bullpen.
Yankees fans always travel well. I mean, they're all over the country, and of course, Southern Ontario, you know, easy trip across the border, so they've always found their way to Toronto. I remember in the 90s, not so much anymore, but maybe 30 years ago, the Cleveland Indians fans came from Ohio when they were really good in the 90s. Now,
just outside there on Plumpton. That's the first ball. It's 1-2.
Now, the Guardians are very good now, so I'm wondering if we'll start to see some more Clevelanders come up, you know,
absolutely,
if the Guardians continue to play as well as they have been. Anytime they come to Toronto, you may start to see more of them.
Well, I believe Cleveland's already played in Toronto this year, but if they carry that into next year, it'll be very interesting to see. Popped up, foul territory, making chases. Raul Gonzalez on the warning track, can't come up with it. It's off his glove. So a new life for Tyler Plumpton. That looked like an easy catch. Gonzalez got to the spot in plenty of time, but just couldn't come up with it.
Well, it was an easy catch, but it was kind of a tough one as well, just given the position he was in. He had plenty of time to get there, but it looked like it just skipped off the heel of his glove in that case. He was in the right spot, but with your back to home plate, that sometimes can be a bit of a tougher catch than it looks like from here.
It looked like he made the squeeze before the ball was in his glove. So Plumpton, extra opportunity here, a 1-2 count, and time is called.
Big inning here for the Baycats. They haven't scored since the third when they put up a pair, but right now just clinging to this narrowest of leads against the Kitchener Panthers. Love to get a couple more on the board here in this sixth.
Plumpton awaiting the 1-2 from Vasquez. On the ground, foul. Another hard hit ball from Plumpton. We've seen that a lot from him so far today. His first couple at bats, a line out to third base, and then a hard hit fly ball to left field, where his outs in the third and fourth innings respectively.
Amazing how often you see that when a guy's hitting the ball hard. You'll often see it happen every at bat in a given game, and Plumpton is seeing the ball well today.
Well, the man at first base, Adam Odd's a great example of that. We've seen that not just this year, but last year as well. Another 1-2, fouled off again. Plumpton putting together a really nice at-bat here.
That one, I think he's just trying to stay alive, put the ball in play. Ends up going foul, but not a great pitch to hit. He keeps the at-bat alive.
The Blue Jays won again today. Yeah, 7-3 over the Rangers.
Hearing the chit-chat behind us here that the Blue Jays won today.
Yeah, they went on a walk-off last night.
I also saw that Nate Pearson was traded to the Cubs.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Now, I thought the Cubs were going to be sellers, but Pearson's a guy that can certainly help them now.
Another 1-2 to Plumpton. Line down the right side, shaded over foul territory. It'll drop. Plumpton had a hit in last night's game as well as a walk, so 1 for 3 for him. In the same spot, the 7th spot in the order. Today he's batting 8th.
Ken Rosenthal reported that the Blue Jays, had the information that they're just going to stand pat and try to take another run at this thing next season, and that's definitely a surprise to a lot of fans who might like to see them try to get what they can for some of these key players.
Another foul ball for Plumpton. That's at least 5 or 6 so far in this at-bat. It's been incredible.
You got players in your lineup right now that could bring a pretty good haul back at this juncture. Might not get quite as much for them a year from now, so. Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero, a couple of big names right now that could potentially bring back quite a haul of prospects.
Well, the hope is that they can re-sign next year. Finally, a wave and a miss for Tyler Plumpton. Another strikeout for Jose Vasquez. Baycats strand 2 as we head to the 7th inning. Ben Davy will be back on the mic for you. Throughout the rest of the ball game, you're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield. Moving.ca. For all your moving needs for over 35 years, Moving.ca. The original 2 men who just happen to be small, who make moving stress-free. 2 small men with big hearts moving. We always have a big heart for you at Moving.ca. From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
Back to the top of the order for the Kitchener Panthers. They're down by a run, hanging in there today against the Barrie Baycats. Spencer Ross, Jet Jarvis, Raul Gonzalez, all due up for Kitchener. Juan Benitez back out for his 7th inning of work. He's retired 4 in a row. First pitch strike.
We mentioned this earlier in the game about Benitez's last start against the Welland Jackfish. He went 6 innings, gave up 10 hits. But it's the thing that he's been able to keep them all isolated.
Base hit in front of the right fielder, Noah Hull. So the leadoff man is aboard for the Panthers, and we'll see how long Josh Matlow elects to keep Juan Benitez in this game. His pitch count now up close to 90, between 85 and 90.
Well, don't see anybody warming in the Baycats bullpen yet. But that hit right there just matched the total from the last start, like I just mentioned. 10 hits already for the Kitchener Panthers.
And the ball gets away from Malik Williams, and a bit of a late start, but Ross sees where the ball is and has plenty of time to advance 90 feet. Panthers had some action in their bullpen going earlier, so Vasquez may be done. Jose has thrown 103 pitches today.
I think there's going to be scored an error on Benitez, I believe. One error on the board. That's first one of the game for the Baycats.
Panthers out hitting the Baycats 10-5. But interestingly, it has been Vasquez with a higher pitch count today. And this one's into left field. And up to third goes Spencer Ross. So the Panthers are in business here. Back-to-back singles, Spencer and Jarvis. And it's Raul Gonzalez. Dangerous hitter at the plate here with a runner in scoring position.
Hayden Jaco was playing shallow, about a foot away from the infield turf, and just had no shot at getting that hard ground ball through in between him and Brandon Hernandez.
So the tying run's 90 feet away. Spencer Ross. Jarvis at first. Let's see if he goes. Pitch is hit on the ground to second. They go to short for one. The relay to first. Pulls Williams off the bag. Gets the tag. But a costly double play. The fans cheering, but the Panthers have tied the game. It's 2-2. Really no choice other than to trade the run for the double play there. It wasn't a forced play, so could have gone home with it, I suppose, but then the runner probably would have gone back.
Well, I think for the sake of just the ease of the rest of this inning for Juan Benitez, that's a sacrifice that Josh Matlow might be willing to make, a double play for a run scored. You're not giving up the lead by any means. It's now a tie game, but late in the game, runs are still costly.
Boy, it's a tough one, though, as Spencer Ross gets across home plate to tie this game at 2. So the 2-0 Barrie lead has evaporated, and we're right back to square one now. But again, with that not being a forced situation, and a forced play, if the bases were loaded, then Odd could have gone home with that, got the force at home plate.
Well, now there's action in the Baycats bullpen. Two righties. It's Adam Kahn and Ryan Lacasse both throwing.
Juan Benitez a strike away from shutting it down here. Here's the pitch, and it's a high fly ball. Shallow center field. Ejo has got it for the third out of the inning. It is time for the 7th inning stretch, and I got some dancing to do. 2-2 tie here at Vintage Throne Stadium. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room, and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats!
Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
Ben Davy dancing to heave away as we come out of the 7th inning stretch here. 7th inning brought to you by Psycho Solutions, full automotive service from headlight to tailpipe. Great job, Ben. Now he's going to come up and make call the rest of this ball game. Ben, fantastic job.
Want to call half an inning because I'm out of breath. Fly ball center field. It's a great running catch. No, the ball dropped. Good effort by Spencer Ross. Thought maybe he came up with that. He did not. Base hit for the Baycats. Number 9 hitter Noah Hull.
Second hit of the game for Noah Hull. He thought about 2 on that play as soon as he saw the ball drop. Both middle infielders and center fielder Jet Jarvis converged on that ball, seeing that there was nobody close to covering second base. He thought about it, but thought better stay safe at first base. Well, you look like you were having fun down there.
Oh, I am gassed. It's not only that, I had to run up the stairs again, right? So, geez, getting old. Ganesi Joe. Noah Hull leads at first. Here comes the pitch. It's bunted, and a good one. The throw to first in time for the out. Hull up 90 feet, one away.
Perfect placement of the bunt there from Ganesi Joe. That's a new pitcher in the game. Excuse me, Jose Vasquez still out there.
Vasquez with 103 pitches coming into the 7th, so close to 110 now for him.
Brady Schnarr has been throwing in the Panthers bullpen over the last half inning or so, and he looks to be just about ready.
Here's the pitch. It's low and inside.
Now, Ben, would that be something you would do again? Dance
No.
with? No? Can't do it again?
That's not going to be a regular thing. Maybe you. How about that? You could
I'm sure I can do it.
give it a try.
I'll do
Sure.
it. Yeah.
Maybe I'll be known as the first to kind of, open it up to some
Yeah, exactly.
fan involvement or whatever. But that's Avery's gig, so whenever he's here,
Absolutely.
It's him and Sandy.
He's the man.
Right. It's an honor to fill in for him today. One out here in the 7th. And it's a line drive, base hit to right field, and they are going to hold the runner at third. And a good idea as that ball comes right through to the catcher, Junior Ibarra. Baycats with a pair on. Hull at third, Hernandez at first. And up to second now is Hernandez.
Yeah, Hernandez advancing on that throw, it looked like. Heads up play from him. That takes a double play out of possibility for the Panthers. Now the Baycats have 2 in scoring position.
Hayden Jaco is 1 for 3 this afternoon.
Smart to hold up Hull at third base. Nolan Misa got that ball fairly shallow in right field. A great arm from him.
Right-hander continues to throw in the Panther bullpen. Jose Vasquez facing a tough challenge here now with 2 in scoring position, 1 out. Pitch is a called strike to Hayden Jaco. Infielders creeping in a little bit. Looks like Jaco's going to be up there swinging, though. Here's the pitch. It's outside and low.
This is the longest outing for Vasquez since his complete game win May 24th at London. His longest since then was his last start, also at London, July 21st. That was just 4 innings. This one looking to try and get through 7.
Here's the pitch. It's lifted high and foul. And it's a souvenir for the fans out of the reach of Nick Parsons and Nolan Misa. So 1-2 count. Good crowd here on this Saturday afternoon. Crunch time for the Baycats, tied 2-2. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch from Vasquez, and a little glance off the bat of Jaco into foul territory.
That fastball kept rising on Jaco. He had no choice but to try and stay on it as much as he could, just getting a piece of it. Those high fastballs they look so, the ball physically looks bigger when it's higher up towards your eyes. That makes it so much more appealing to hit.
Let's see if he's swinging here on the 1-2. Vasquez lines and deals. Swing and a miss. A big strikeout for Jose Vasquez, getting Hayden Jaco, and there's 2 out in the inning.
Left fielder number 20, Nolan McAbrota.
Vasquez goes from a high and in pitch to a bit more low and outside. Still in the zone. Jaco had to keep protecting with a 2-strike count there. Just couldn't get a piece of it.
And they're going to put Nolan McAbrota on an intentional walk to load him up. Probably a good idea. The way that McAbrota has been swinging the bat, he is the Baycats RBI leader.
First baseman number 29, Malik Williams.
So Malik Williams now will bat with the bases loaded.
Well, coming into today, McAbrota was 1 for 3 against Vasquez this season with a home run. And already a hit and a walk in this game already. Possibly a smart move there from Kitchener to load it up.
Williams with a home run and 17 RBIs. Here's the pitch, outside corner for a strike. It's been a pitcher strike zone today for Falco Schkieda, no question about that. He's been consistent both ways, but Williams thought that pitch was definitely off the plate.
It's happened to him a couple times in this game already.
Here's the pitch, same spot, maybe a little closer to the plate. Strike 2.
Another interesting part about that intentional walk, McAbrota, a lefty. Historically, Vasquez is better against lefties, as I mentioned earlier. 272 average for lefties against him coming into today, but 381 for righties.
This one to right field and it's foul. So the count holds at 0-2. Well, that's an oddity. Usually a right-handed pitcher would rather face the righty.
Yeah. Not only that, but there's a righty in the pen. Brady Schnarr still throwing.
The wind-up and the 0-2 pitch on the way, and it's on the ground to third, and it's picked up by the third baseman, Raul Gonzalez. He steps on the bag, and the Baycats leave the bases loaded. We go to the 8th inning. Still a 2-2 tie here at Vintage Throne Stadium on Rogers TV and Baycats TV.
2 hits, no errors, and 3 left.
The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats! From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
To learn how you can help, you can visit uwcentralmuskoka.ca.
Top of the 8th inning. This one turning out to be a nail-biter. The Baycats and the Panthers tied at 2. As we go to the top of the 8th, Junior Ibarra, Cale Murray, Ryan Burnside all due up for the Panthers. Juan Benitez back out for his 8th inning of work, and he starts Ibarra off with a called strike.
There was 2 right-handers throwing for the Baycats in their bullpen earlier, but no action anymore. Benitez trying to get through 8 innings here.
To short, Hernandez up high, gloves it, makes the throw in time for the out. So one away for shortstop Cale Murray.
Shortstop number 7.
The interesting part about this game being so close now, the Panthers are 0-3 against the Baycats this year, still looking for their first win against Barrie. Barrie's only undefeated against them and the Maple Leafs this year.
First pitch strike to Murray. Josh Matlow, the Baycat manager, likes to keep Benitez into the late innings if he's pitching well. We've seen him go deep in ball games this season. Cesar Rosado yesterday only worked 4 innings, a couple of earned runs, and he got the hook. And Rosado had a no-hitter going and was pulled after 6 innings in the start prior to that. Anamod, off-balance throw, but it's in time. 2 away for the left fielder, Ryan Burnside.
Well, between this year and last year, just 3 starts for Benitez that have gone beyond 7 innings. So this will be number 4 already through 7 2/3.
Well, he does a good job keeping his pitch count down, and that has really been a big key for him to get to the late innings of a ball game that's a close score like this. This one to left field, hit pretty deep. Going back on it is Macabrota, and it is over his head and gone. A solo home run for Ryan Burnside, and the Panthers have their first lead of the afternoon.
That's a crowd silencer for Burnside, second homer of the season, and just kept carrying further and further beyond that left field wall, and as soon as Macabrota hit the fence, he had no room to make any play on it. That's a huge hit for Kitchener, putting themselves in the lead 3-2.
That ball just hung over the plate, and Burnside barreled up on it. Now a ground ball to second, odd to first in time for the out, but the damage is done as the Panthers get the go-ahead run and lead for the first time today. It's Kitchener 3, Barrie 2, as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Baycats TV and Rogers TV, Barrie.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
Baycats trying to get back in this one, down 3-2 now in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's brought to you by United Way Simcoe Muskoka, making poverty unignorable. To learn how you can help, you can visit uwsimcoemuskoka.ca.
Ryan Rio leading it off for Barrie in the 8th inning. They now trail by a run. It's 3-2 Kitchener. A solo home run by Ryan Burnside, the margin of difference as we head to this bottom of the 8th inning. Jose Vasquez is still out there. First pitch swinging for Rio, left field pretty deep. And that ball is gone! Blame it on Rio! He ties the game with a swing of the bat. And this Baycat crowd is fired up. Brandon Hernandez has the home run chain ready and waiting for him, and that's got to feel good for Ryan Rio.
From a crowd silencer in the last half inning to a crowd igniter there from Ryan Rio. That one fires him up. Just like that, one swing, a beautiful one going the opposite way. The Baycats are right back in it.
I think that ball surprised everybody when it left the bat. It had the height. The question was, did it have the distance? As that one's gloved by the first baseman, Nick Parsons. The relay over to Vasquez just in time. Adam Odd with a full head of steam down that first base side.
Well, it's that same pitch that Vasquez has been trying to get on Ryan Rio all game, and he's gotten him multiple times with a couple strikeouts today. Rio finally gets enough of that to put it over the fence on some great contact. That low and inside breaking ball.
Slowly, Ryan Rio has been breaking out of that slump that just seemed to linger for so much of the first half of this season, and had a really big game here against the Guelph Royals, and now a clutch home run here today. This fly ball to center field will hang up for Jet Jarvis. 2 out in the inning. And now number 9 hitter Noah Hull will come to the plate.
Noah Hull.
I'm sure Rio wishes he could have played on Friday, because once you start swinging the bat well, you want to get in the lineup every day and keep that momentum going.
Yeah, it's amazing how a hit here and a hit there really start to boost your confidence, and all culminates in that big home run by Rio.
Baycats certainly could have used him in the lineup yesterday as they struggled against the Cardinals, scoring just 2 runs on only 6 hits. Rio back after the night off, and a big home run here today. Called strike.
Well, with 8 hits already in this game, they've already eclipsed last night's total of 6, like you mentioned.
These hitters getting the message to swing the bat from home plate ump Falco Chieda, who's had a big strike zone today. That one is high and tight, and it's 1-2.
Brady Schnarr still throwing in that Panthers bullpen. He's been throwing for at least an inning and a half now.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Big pitch coming up here from Jose Vasquez. Winds and deals. That just missed. Good patience by Hull, laying off that one, and Vasquez took a couple steps off the mound. He thought he was going to get the call.
We can see the entire infield and outfield started to make a couple strides toward the Panthers dugout, and no reaction from Falco Chieda. He calls that one low and had to explain that one to Junior Ibarra.
Well, the pitch wasn't a strike, but I think Vasquez's point maybe was that ball's been a strike all day. 2-2 pitch coming up here from Vasquez, and it's on the ground and through into right field for a base hit. So Hull turns a possible strikeout into a base hit and keeps the inning alive, and we're back to the top of the order.
Well, how valuable has Noah Hull's bat been for the Baycats since he came back from a concussion that kept him out a few weeks? A hit in his first game back, and now he's 3 for 4 in this one.
Yeah, 3 singles and a fielder's choice, which ended the 4th inning. He's hitting the ball well today. Hull did not play Friday in Hamilton. Canisijo, first pitch high.
Ejo 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. That was in the 7th, and a couple strikeouts today. Hasn't been the best performance for him today, but one of 3 Baycats to not reach base so far today. Him, Malik Williams, and Tyler Plumpton.
He went 2 for 4 in Hamilton. 0 for 4, as you mentioned today, and he lifts that one foul. It's a 1-1 count. Ejo hit a solo first inning home run. The IBL All-Star game this year in Welland. He hit the North team on the board. They would end up coming up short, though, 13-6. One pitch coming up. On the ground, and it's through into left field. Hull and Ejo with back-to-back hits, and I'm not sure what the delay is here getting Vasquez out of the game. It looks like Bill Matish may come out with the hook here now. I mentioned Brady Schnarr is more than ready in the Panther bullpen, and the manager comes out. Schnarr will look in. Let's see if he takes the ball here. He may not.
Well, I don't imagine there'd be any kind of wait. Like we mentioned, Schnarr is more than ready. He's been throwing for at least an inning and a half in preparation to come in for Vasquez.
Vasquez had thrown 118 pitches coming into this inning, and he's going to leave him out there with 2 on and 2 out in the 8th. So full confidence here in right-hander Jose Vasquez, whose pitch count has to be up over 130 now.
Absolutely. Schnarr continues to throw in that bullpen, just trying to stay as loose as he can for whenever his moment comes. And in a tie game, he's going to be ever more valuable for when he's needed after Vasquez comes out of this one.
Well, maybe Matish just liking this matchup better.
Like we mentioned earlier, Vasquez is better against lefties, kind of that reverse split.
Jaco on deck. He's a right-handed hitter, so they'll leave Vasquez in here, and now time is called.
So this very well could be Vasquez's last batter, considering the matchup on deck, like you mentioned.
Well, we will see if the managerial decision here pays off for the Panthers. Vasquez versus Hernandez. 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning. Barrie and Kitchener tied 3-3. A hush over this crowd here. First pitch swinging. Hernandez fouls it over. Heads up, Bob Hurley, team photographer. He's seen more than a few of those in his day. No foul ball phases him, I'll tell you. He's got that lens in position at all times.
Yeah, he's in the battle zone, that's for sure.
I would not want to be standing out there during a game without a helmet, at least. Vasquez checks the runner. Taking his time here. And now time is called. I think it was Hernandez there that called time. The fans getting a little impatient with him. No pitch clock, of course, here in the IBL. So Vasquez slowing this game right down.
Well, it's interesting that Hernandez called time there, not Vasquez, so still has the disengagements to his availability.
Yeah, he didn't step off. That was almost like a chess game there, those two, just waiting.
Well, we actually saw that disengagement rule come into effect last night. Cesar Rosado disengaged 3 times in a row and balked.
I mean, in theory, the pitcher could stand there all afternoon.
Absolutely.
Maybe if that's exactly what he had in mind, he just wanted Hernandez to waste his time out. And it's back to the mound off the glove of Vasquez, and he's unable to recover, and that will load the bases. Well, if Vasquez gloves that cleanly, the inning is over. He has got to be laboring out there on the mound, though.
Just a little check swing dribbler right back to the pitcher, and it looked like an easy play. Just had to bend down and glove it, but right underneath the glove for Vasquez, and he's going to be left in to face Jaco here.
Well, it wasn't a matter of the lefty-righty matchup then. We can put that theory to rest because he's going to face Jaco, the right-hander here. So it's just a case of Matish wanting to squeeze every last drop of juice out of the orange. Jose Vasquez out here to try to get this 3rd out of the 8th. Jaco settles in. So no error on the play. It's an infield hit. And this one to 3rd. Gonzalez goes to 2nd base for the force out. So the Baycats leave the bases loaded, but they tie the game. A solo shot by Ryan Rio ties this game at 3, and we are headed to the 9th. Panthers and Baycats tied 3-3. You're watching Baycats TV, Rogers TV Barrie.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on ESSA Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
Top of the ninth inning. Here we are. It's a 3-3 tie between the Baycats and the Panthers. Julius, Hern, Davy, Brian Backland, our producer. And the Baycats will go to their second pitcher of the afternoon. It is right-hander Carlos Sano.
Sano pitched yesterday's ball game. He closed it out in Hamilton. He gave up 1 run on 2 hits. His previous 3 outings before that, 3 saves on the year for Sano.
First pitch swinging, it's a fly ball to center field. Canisijo has it, takes a couple steps in, quickly 1 away.
So the final line for Juan Benitez on 99 pitches, 6 strikeouts, 11 hits, 3 runs allowed, only 2 of them earned. That 1 unearned run because of his own error, that errant pickoff attempt that came in the 7th inning. Spencer Ross eventually scored in that inning. No walks for Benitez, though, so an efficient start for him, all things considered.
So Josh Matlow, the first to go to his bullpen today. A great pitching duel today between Juan Benitez and Jose Vasquez. Now Vasquez has pitched 8 innings, got out of that jam after the solo home run by Ryan Reel. The Baycats left the bases loaded. Manager Bill Matish leaving him in. 133 pitches through those 8 innings. And, we love to sit up here and play armchair manager, but ultimately the decision to leave him in paid off. They got the 3rd out and got off the field with the tie score. Maybe the thinking was just bring Brady Schnarr in for a clean 9th inning rather than waste his arm getting the 3rd out of the 8th. But
possibly.
Sano with a clean inning here and a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's brought to you by IMP North. 2 out. And here comes Jet Jarvis.
Center fielder number 23, Jet Jarvis.
Just mentioned the efficiency of Juan Benitez. Just look at the pitch count. 99 for Benitez, 133 for Vasquez, the same amount of innings.
This one bunted down the line, foul. The Panthers trying a 2-out bunt here to get a base runner.
Well, smart for Jarvis, the fastest guy on the team. Had a sacrifice bunt in the 1st inning. But they're trying to really reach on a base hit with 2 out.
You mentioned the pitch count variance there, which is, as you mentioned, quite significant. 34 pitches difference between Benitez and Vasquez today. And especially notable because the Panthers have been out hitting the Baycats by a pretty wide margin. It's 12-11 now, but the Baycats got several hits in that bottom half of the 8th inning.
Yeah, I just think for the story for the Baycats offense today, they've left the bases loaded twice, so definitely some wasted opportunities.
0-2 pitch and staying alive is Jarvis, fouling it off. Due up for the Baycats in the 9th. It'll be Macabrono, Williams, and Rio. Pitch on the way. Fly ball. Shallow left field. The shortstop going back. It's Brandon Hernandez. Taking it for the 3rd out. A 3-up, 3-down 9th for Carlos Sano. Barrie will try to walk it off here in the bottom of the 9th when we return. Kitchener 3, Barrie 3 on Baycats TV and Rogers TV Barrie.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on ESSA Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Franz from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Moving.ca. For all your moving needs for over 35 years, Moving.ca. The original 2 men who just happen to be small, who make moving stress-free. 2 small men with big hearts moving. We always have a big heart for you at Moving.ca.
At Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
Baycats have a chance to walk it off here in the bottom of the 9th inning, tied 3-3 between them and the Kitchener Panthers. It's brought to you by United Way Simcoe Muskoka, making poverty unignorable. To learn how you can help, you can visit uwsimcoemuskoka.ca.
Nolan Macabrota will face Brady Schnarr, the second pitcher of the game for the Kitchener Panthers, as he comes on in relief, his 5th appearance of the season.
It seems like finally Brady Schnarr is in this game, and we'll have to see if this is a blow-up outing for him or a clean one, because it's been both ways for him this season through 4 outings. His last outing was July 4th against Chatham. That's how long it's been, but he got a 1-hit clean outing. He got the save in that one. But the 2 before that, 5 earned runs and 4 earned runs, respectively, against Welland and Chatham-Kent as well.
Macabrota with a hopper to short. Here's the throw. Not in time! Nolan Macabrota beats it out for an infield single.
First baseman number 29, Malik Williams.
Cale Murray had to go so far back to even try and get the ball, and then when he set up to make a long throw, just Macabrota's hustle made that whole play happen.
Baycats have had their opportunities to get back on top of Kitchener in this ball game, leaving the bases loaded back-to-back innings. Williams, fielder's choice, ended the 7th. He is struggling today at the plate, 0 for 4. Big moment for him here as he takes a pitch outside.
Well, a huge hit for him here would do him wonders throughout this big stretch the Baycats have coming up. Tuesday at Guelph, and then 3 straight games again next weekend. Welland here, then Welland on the road, and then at Brantford the very next afternoon.
And he works the count to 2-0.
Not seeing the same velocity from Schnarr as you saw with Vasquez earlier in the game. The release point seems to be much higher so far.
He's had some strikeouts in his limited work this year. 8 strikeouts in 4+ innings. Here's the pitch, and he misses again. He's behind now, 3-0. This is not the moment when you want to be struggling to find the strike zone, and Schnarr finds himself now down 3-0 in this count. Ryan Rio waiting on deck.
Well, after that Macabrota single, Barrie hitters just 2 for 11 against Schnarr through his time in the IBL.
Williams wasn't swinging, and it's a called strike, 3-1.
2 for 11, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts.
Williams swings, and it's fouled. 3-2. Middle infield here would love a ground ball. Cale Murray and Spencer Ross, double play depth. They'll be ready if Williams hits one on the ground in the middle. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's a high fly ball. Left center field. Calling for it is the center fielder, Chet Jarvis. Takes it. 1 out of the inning, and here's Ryan Rio.
Number 27, Ryan.
Tough day for Malik Williams, 0 for 5 after going 0 for last night as well. It's just been a rough stretch, and you have to wonder how much that knee injury has really affected him, especially his swing at the plate. Josh Matlock continues to lean on him, especially in the starting lineup.
Ryan Rio would love to send these fans home happy. Winning run at first base, 1 out. Brady Schnarr kicks and deals. Big swing by Rio. He was looking for Highway 26.
Well, that home run cut on an outside curveball, a little loop in there from Schnarr. Rio just a tiny bit out in front of it. See how he responds.
Macabrota has not tried to steal yet, and now he does. Swing and a miss. The throw down. He's out. A big throw by Junior Ibarra, 2 out of the inning.
That's a huge out for Kitchener. He, like you mentioned, didn't expect Macabrota to attempt to steal there, and that might be just the fact that Schnarr wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to him, even though he was being held on, but Ibarra comes through with a huge throw.
Well, the thinking was get him in scoring position, and Ryan Rio could drive in the winning run. Now nobody on. Rio fouls it away. So now, as if you're Ryan Rio, are you thinking more about just ending it here with 1 over the fence? Might change your mental approach a little bit here without a base runner. Let's see. No balls, 2 strikes. Big pitch coming up here from Schnarr. Here's the 0-2, and it's too short, and it goes off of Cale Murray, recovers, makes the throw. It's in time for the out. Free baseball here at Vintage Throne Stadium as we are going to extra innings, top of the 10th when we return. This score is tied 3-3. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
Top of the 10th inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium. It's been a while since we've had an extra innings ball game, but such is the case here today on this Saturday, now evening, I guess. This game has reached the 2.5-hour mark. Carlos Sano out to face Kitchener Panthers here in the 10th inning. Raul Gonzalez will lead it off. Sano had a 3-up, 3-down night. We'll try to do something similar here.
First extra innings ball game we've had at this park this year. The Baycats are 1-1. That win was in Hamilton earlier this year, and the other one was a loss in Brantford.
First pitch strike to Raul Gonzalez.
Meanwhile, the Panthers are 0-1 in extras this season.
He's going to be the first. Unless it's hit to the left side.
Big hole on the right side between second and first base.
Yeah, we've got the runner at second, we should mention as well, Jet Jarvis, who was the final out of the 9th. So don't forget that still relatively new rule. With the designated runner coming out to start the top and bottom half of each extra inning. The middle defense has to be mindful of that runner, not let him get too far off. Adam Odd right now playing a little cat and mouse with Jarvis. Here's the pitch. It's a swing and a foul tip into the glove. Strike 2. Here comes the crowd at Vintage Throne Stadium looking for strike 3. Sano comes to the set position. 1-2 offering. In the dirt and outside. Plumpton keeps that one in his glove. It's 2-2.
Well, you can understand the defensive positioning, Adam Odd being okay with leaving that size of a hole on the opposite side, because Gonzalez more so a pull hitter than going the other way.
Odd moving now back to his left. Here's a fly ball, left field. Should stay up there for Macabrota. He takes it for the out, and the runner holds. Deep fly ball, but not deep enough for Jarvis, especially on the left side. 1 away.
First baseman, number 88, Nick Parsons.
Nick Parsons to the plate now. 1 out in the inning. Each team with 3 runs, each team with 12 hits. Sano checks the runner. Now deals. Popped foul. Another right-hander at the plate, so Odd in a similar position to what you mentioned earlier, Julius, second base side, leaving a big hole open on the right.
And Parsons much less of a hitter that's going to go the opposite way as opposed to Gonzalez.
Sano deals. Pop up. This should be playable. Hayden Jaco and Tyler Plumpton. It's going to be the catcher throwing the mask away. Makes the catch. 2 out, and here's Junior Ibarra.
Catcher number 48, Junior Ibarra.
Well, you mentioned to me the incredible efficiency with the thrown out base runners. Caught stealing versus attempts that Ibarra has, one of the best in the league. Yeah. And that has been a story, one of the stories of this game. Now he has a chance to be part of the story of the game offensively here with a go-ahead run potentially in scoring position.
Well, now just one of 3 catchers in the league now to throw out 10 or more runners caught stealing. Him, Justin Mara of Toronto, and Eduardo De Olio of London, who leads the league with 13.
Sano might have got the signal from Plumpton there to spin around. He faked a throw. Odd now goes back to his conventional position, pitches inside. Well, if you're a base runner, you really got to watch those middle infielders carefully. And it's been Adam Odd that's been sneaking in behind them here in this top of the 10th.
You know, all 3 of these first 3 batters for Kitchener being righties, he has the ability to do so, leaving that hole open on the right side.
Called strike. Unlike the first 2 batters, Odd this time, once Sano is ready, reverts back to a more conventional second baseman's position. So it's a 1-1 count to Ibarra. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. 1-2, and now Carlos Sano can take care of business here with 1 strike.
Well, still a strong contingent of fans sticking around for extra innings.
They're not going anywhere. What a ball game they've been treated to here today. 3-3 tie, top of the 10th. Sano really taking his time out there. Looks in. The crowd urging him to get strike 3 here. Ibarra waggles the bat. Sano taking his time. Now the 1-2. Called strike 3! Outside corner. Carlos Sano slaps his glove as he comes off the field and is congratulated by his teammates, keeping the Baycats and the Panthers tied at 3 as we go to the bottom of the 10th inning. The Baycats once again will try to walk it off. We'll have it for you when we return. 3-3 tie, Baycats Panthers on Rogers TV and Baycats TV YouTube.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend. From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
Brady Schnarr and the Kitchener Panthers will try to force this one to the 11th inning. Adam Odd will try to send these fans home happy. With the runner at second base, Brad McQuinn will come into the game to take Ryan Rio's spot in the DH position.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate you got to take the bat of Rio out of the game should this game go further. But a worthy sacrifice here with him being the last out of the ninth.
Yeah, you really got to think about the situation at hand. Unfortunate the way Rio's been swinging the bat. Odd showing bunt right from the get-go. Pulls it back, and he swings, and he drives it to center field. Going back is Jed Jarvis. Makes the catch. McQuinn back to second. Unable to tag. What a catch by Jed Jarvis.
It looked like Jarvis got spun around as he approached the warning track, but he spun back around to face the plate just in time to make an incredible falling catch, and you can tell the reaction of both Adam Odd and Tyler Plumpton that were on deck. They were upset but still amazed that Jed Jarvis made that catch.
Brad McQuinn just sort of staring off in the distance in disbelief. That ball drops, he scores, and this game is over.
Well, and that's the reason he had to stay so close to the bag, because he knew, like you said, if that ball drops, it was, fairly certain that he was going to make it to the home plate safely.
And because he was off the bag, he was unable to tag and get to third. But again, that was the right decision in that situation. You're the go-ahead run. Tyler Plumpton now. Try to drive in that winning run. 1 out. Put a star beside that catch by Jed Jarvis if the Panthers win this game. That will be in the highlight package for sure. This one up the middle. It's into center field. Rounding third comes McQuinn. There's no throw. Baycats win as they walk it off in the 10th. Final today, Barrie 4, Kitchener 3. What a win today for the Barrie Baycats, who had a 2-0 lead early on. The Panthers battling back to take the lead. Ryan Rio tying it up, and a walk-off RBI for the catcher, Tyler Plumpton. The veteran comes through in the clutch.
We saw in that ball, it got to center field. Jed Jarvis was playing fairly shallow, kind of the no doubles mentality on defense there. But he charged in on that ball, thought he would have been able to make a throw had he come up with the ball, but he didn't. The ball scooted by him just underneath his glove, and it was no problem for Brad McQuinn to come in to be the winning run, and that secures the first win of the season for Carlos Sano.
Baycats get their 21st win of the season. The Panthers' record falls to 10-20. And the Baycats win today by a score of 4-3 in 10 innings. We'll be back here again on Thursday night. Baycats will be here in action at Vintage Throne Stadium. We hope you can join us or come on out to the ballpark. Get your tickets online at barriebaycats.com. If not, we'll see you here on Rogers TV and Baycats TV on YouTube. For our producer Brian Backland and Julius Hern, I'm Ben Davy. Good evening from Vintage Throne Stadium.